Hello there. Can you believe that summer vacation is only a week away? I cannot wait to lay on the beach, sit on my couch, watch some TV, play with my puppies, maybe hang out by the pool. But I'm going to make sure I take time every day to read and write and play some games. Sound like fun? My name is Miss Miser, and I'm a second grade teacher here at Dr. Brown Elementary. I would love to just lay around all summer long, but I know that's not good for me. We don't want to go through the summer slide. Nope, it's not an amusement park ride. Summer slide is when your brain actually loses things that you learned and worked on all year long. And we don't want that to happen. We want to avoid the summer slide and practice the skills that we have perfected all year so that we're ready for third grade. My second graders, you know that we love to learn by playing it through playing games. And that's what this box is. Dr. Brown has put together some fun things for you to do in a box called the Summer Learning Kit. Inside this box, you're going to see games and cards and books, all to help make your summer fun and keep you learning. Let's dive in and see what is inside this box. First of all, you'll get a storybook. It's important to read every day. And even if it's the same book over and over again, it's going to help you with fluency and comprehension. The next thing are Brain Quest cards. We love these in my classroom. And in this box, they give you a full set, and each card has subject areas: science, math, reading, and even just a trivia question. So what you would do is you would pick a question and you could read it. So I'm going to give you this. Which punctuation marks do you use when you write the exact words someone has said? If you don't know the answer, if you want to check your answer, you go to the next card on that category and it'll say quotation marks. You can check yourself. You could read these on your own. You could quiz somebody on the car when you're going on vacation or sitting by the pool. The next thing we have an ordinary deck of cards. Now, in our classroom, boys and girls, you know that we use cards all the time for math. You could lay out a couple cards, make a 3-digit number. You could practice putting in expanded form, or you could pick 2 sets of numbers, add and subtract them together, or just play good old goldfish. In this book are a whole bunch of games that you can play with the directions and the rules so nobody cheats. There's directions for Go Fish, Crazy 8, Rummy, which is my favorite, something called Kings in the Corner, which I've never played before, something called 10 Card, and of course Solitaire, with all the directions there for you. The next thing is something called Snap It Up. And I had to practice this a couple times because it's quick and fast. What you get is 2 decks of cards. One set of cards has all consonants. Okay. And then the other set of cards are word chunks. Now, you could play this alone or you could play with a friend. You try to make a word quickly before your friend. So everybody gets 3 cards. And here's my cards. And I'll show you T, R, and R. I'm going to flip over the first snap card, and the chunk is ush. I look at my cards, and if I can make a word using ush, I put down that letter. And actually, I can. I have ush, rush. I can make a word. So then I'm going to pick up another card, and I'm going to turn over another snap it. This time I have ugh. I look at my cards. I have R, S, and T. I can make ugh, tug. So I put that down. I pick up another card. I snap this one down. And the game continues until the cards are all done, or you've made 3 words. All right? So that's called Snap It. The next game is called Rat-a-tat-cat. Rat-a-tat-cat is a fun math game. And you can play again by yourself or with another friend. Everybody gets 4 cards, but you don't look at them. You put them face down on the table. The first card and the fourth card you get to peek at. So I'm going to show you. I have a 9 and I have a 5. I add 9 and 5 in my head and I get 14. I can't look at the other 2 cards. Now, in the discard pile, you flip over the first card and this rat card has a 9. All right. I have to decide, am I going to keep the 9 and replace it with one of my other cards, or am I going to discard it? Now, before you start the game, you and your partner need to decide what number are you going to try to get closest to without going over. So let's say I choose 20. Well, I already have a 9 and a 5, which makes it 14. If I add this 9 to that, I've already gone over. So I'm going to discard that. I'm not going to swap out any of my cards. Okay? And then it's your partner's turn. Now, there are power cards in your deck. There's a peek card where you can peek at another one of your cards because remember, you didn't look at the other 2. Or you could swap a card. That means you take a card from the pile and get rid of one of the ones that you have in front of you. Or you can draw 2 cards to replace 2 cards in front of you. Okay? At any time, when I think maybe I've gotten to my goal number, 20, 30, whatever the number is, I tap on the desk, rat-a-tat, and everybody stops. You flip over your cards, you add them together, and whoever gets closest to your target number is the winner. Okay? Lots of fun. I think I'm going to hold on to this and play this next year in my class. Finally, after all this, you have a Brain Quest book. In your Brain Quest book, there is a map. Okay? This map is going to help lead you to the end of the book. So you start on start and you do the first activity. That means it's a pencil. So you can choose anything with a pencil on it. And that usually has something to do with writing. So you would find an activity with a pencil. And here's one right here. Okay. This says risky riddles. Read the story from Greek mythology, then answer the questions at the end. Kind of like we would do for seat work. So that's your writing. After you finish that activity, the next day, or maybe after it, you go to the next one. And this is a little calculator. The calculator tells me it's a math activity. So I would go to the math activity. And here you see, got 3-digit addition and subtraction. Okay. Once you finish that, then you go on to the next thing. Now, at the end of about 10 activities, you go to the next level, just like you do on your video games. You're going to give yourself a sticker, have a little celebration dance, and then move on to the next thing until you reach the finish line. But this book gives you lots of writing activities, reading activities, science activities, math activities, a little bit of social science. Okay, well, I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that when June 6th comes around, you are going to come to school after you RSVP'd, get your free dinner, and pick up your free summer learning kit made just for you, my 2nd graders, because I know that we have worked so hard this year, and doing these activities just a few minutes a day are going to keep you on top so that when you go into 3rd grade, you are ready to learn new things. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me at mmiser@ccboe.com. See you on the 6th.